Ooh, hey there. I bet you weren't expecting me, were ya? Do you guys like my pointy stick? I sure do. Had to pull that on some folks on Halloween. Being mean to the kids. Well, I sure hope they learn their lesson not to mess with the wildflower. Anyways, shall we go on ahead and get into today's video? Hello, Steelers Nation. Welcome to another episode of Steelcast, a podcast where you don't have to be a Steelers fan. But it sure does help. I'm your co-host, Wildflower Turquoise. And today, we're going to be doing a playoff picture power ranking. Because a regular power ranking in this year's season would have been quite literally impossible. So, we're halfway now through the season, and we're going to hypothetically see what the playoffs would look like if the season would have ended last night. Now, I've been wondering why I'm doing the video instead of Zack Attack. Well, if he's actually currently on his bed sick. Yeah, I think he's probably exhausted from all this work he's had to do. Maybe that getting that promotion wasn't the most healthiest thing for him. Or maybe it's because all the Rickroll jokes he played. Maybe it's karma. Or maybe it's because all those balls he threw. Trying to play quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whichever one it was, but I don't actually know. But I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow for predictions. But anyways, let's go on ahead and get into the playoff picture. First started with the AFC. The number 1 seed is Kansas City, 2 is Baltimore, 3 is Jacksonville, and 4 is Miami. And then, in the wild card spots, you would have 5 is Pittsburgh, 6 is Cleveland, and 7 is Cincinnati. Yeah, all the AFC North teams are in the postseason as of now. I honestly don't know what to say. So, first rounds would have been Pittsburgh at Miami, Cleveland at Jacksonville, and Cincinnati at Baltimore. With Kansas City get the first round bye. Some teams still in the hunt, barely hanging in there, are like the Chargers, the Jets, the Texans, the Bills, the Colts, and the Raiders. And those teams could still hypothetically make it to the postseason, especially the Bills. They aren't in there right now. And I honestly am not sure why. I guess the kitty really wanted to go and meow Sunday night. But yeah, they're on a bit of a losing streak right now. It's really not looking good for them right now. Nope, not at all. Not at all. But in any case, I'm sure they'll be fine. But yeah, that's the AFC playoff picture. And then the NFC, you have Philadelphia as the first seed in that first round bye. Then you got 2 is Detroit, 3 San Francisco, 4 New Orleans, 5 Seattle, 6 Dallas, and 7 Minnesota. And the wild card games would be Seattle at New Orleans, Dallas at San Francisco, We don't know how that went the other time they played. And then Minnesota at Detroit. And then in the hunt, you have the Commanders. Ooh, that's my team. Then you have the Falcons and Tampa, and then you have the Buccaneers. Sure, things could be going better for Tampa, but they can still hypothetically win the division. They just gotta hope that the Falcons and Saints lose a whole bunch of games. Which honestly, I'm not sure that's gonna happen. But in any case, let's take a look at the playoff picture. And really, based on this, if I would say from the hunt in the AFC, like I said, Bills still have a chance. The Chargers have a chance. I don't know about the Jets, but I would at least like to see them try. Same thing goes with the Texans. And then over on the NFC side, Tampa Bay can still fight for the division. Atlanta has a better chance to win it, but Tampa Bay can still fight for it. And then, because, in Atlanta, Heineke might get the start. Our former QB. And honestly, I would like to see that happen. Even if it does mean we don't get a postseason spot. But you know what? That's fine. Because honestly, for us this year, it's just to see if Sam Howell is that guy. And personally, I think Sam Howell is that guy. I mean, we do have 4 wins. It's the same record as Atlanta. Of course, those weren't by Taylor Heineke, so I don't really think they count. But who knows how well they could do with Taylor Heineke under that center slinging in the balls. That sounded weird. We're not going to talk about that. But personally, from this, both NFC and AFC, by the looks of things, we might have another Kansas City-Philadelphia Super Bowl. And honestly, I just hope, I don't really like that. I want all of my friends to be on the couch with me, knowing that I'm probably going to be there at the end of the season. So, yeah. Really? Another Super Bowl 54 battle would be nice. Or maybe Detroit making their first ever Super Bowl. Or we can have Jacksonville getting their first Super Bowl win. And their first time going into one. They have the chance to make it. They have the squad. They just gotta stop turning the ball over on offense. So, heck, even the Dolphins have the squad. But the O-line is not very good. And the Bills, they traded for Rasul Douglas. And honestly, if they don't get Tre'Davious White back during the end of the season, or some of the other pieces that's injured, Buffalo won't be going all the way. You can't rely on just one guy. You gotta rely on the whole team. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Who do you have going to the Super Bowl as of now? Who do you think will be in the playoff picture at the end of the season? Let me know. I am your co-host, Wildflower Turquoise. And as always, you're in Steelers country.